Good morning and welcome to the third in our series of ISO revisions webinars, which we are running in preparation for the new ISO 9001 and 14001 standards being published in September. My name is Mark Gallstone, Client Propositions Manager in BSI, and I would like to talk to you about the following things. The importance of leadership in the new ISO standards. Now, this is a key focus within the new standards, and it is important for businesses to understand how this will impact them and what they need to do to ensure that they are committed to this. We will also look at training opportunities through BSI, which will help your business be ready. We will look at information on the final draft of the standard and how we can support you on this. And finally, how we will continue to support you on the transition in full. With leadership being a fundamental part of the new standards, I want to touch on some key points around this. Leadership isn't mystical or mysterious and has nothing to do with having charisma, and certainly you need both managers and leaders within a successful organisation. Management is often about complexity and coping with these through robust systems and processes. Certainly without these, large and small organisations' existence would be threatened. Good leaders motivate people in a variety of ways. They always articulate the organisation's vision and strategy in ways that inspire trust and belief. Leadership is the ability to motivate groups of people towards a common goal, and is an important skill in today's business world. Without strong leadership, many otherwise good businesses fail. Most of the world's most respected leaders have several personality traits in common, and they know how to initiate changes and inspire a shared vision in the organisation, encourage their employees, model the skills and behaviour to skillfully achieve the organisational objectives. Good leaders must also be confident enough in themselves to enable others to contribute and succeed. Leadership is so integral to a successful organisation, and they must see management systems not as a box ticking exercise, but as a holistic way of running an organisation. I would just like to touch briefly on the difference between management and leadership. In simple terms, it is that management is mostly about processes and leadership is mostly about behaviour. Leadership is vitally important and necessary in order to motivate an organisation to achieve its management system's objectives. Firstly, let's understand how leadership is defined by ISO. Leadership is the person or group of people who directs and controls an organisation at the highest level. Top management has the power to delegate authority and provide resources within the organisation. The new ISO management system standards, such as ISO 9001 Quality Management and ISO 14001 Environmental Management, have a clause which focuses on leadership in the organisation to ensure that the management system is linked to the strategic direction of the business. Having defined leadership and shown it is an integral part of the new standard, I would now like to concentrate on Clause 5, which focuses on leadership within the new ISO management system standards. In Clause 5, there are key parts which make up the whole requirements in this clause and which can be grouped under the roles and responsibilities which are expected and which can be seen on this slide. Whilst the leadership clause looks very similar to previous requirements, there is now an emphasis on leadership, not just management. Clause 5 requires top management to demonstrate leadership and full commitment to management systems. Top management now have a greater involvement in the management system. They have to make sure that the requirements of the management system are integrated into the organisation's processes and that the policy and objectives are compatible with the strategic direction of the organisation. They also have to demonstrate their commitment by making sure that the management system achieves its intended outcomes, which ties in with having clear objectives, has adequate resources, and they have to inform everyone that the management system is important and that everyone should participate in its effective implementation. The involvement of top management in the management system is significant and hands-on, and should include supporting other relevant management roles to demonstrate their leadership as it applies to their areas of responsibility. So we realise that leadership has now become an even more integral part of the new standard, and tracking against this is clearly important in areas such as: is it easy for the organisation to report, analyse and evaluate ISO performance? Is it a simple process to log, action, track and report on customer complaints? Is the company bogged down in ISO administration rather than focusing on ISO strategy? And do minutes and actions get documented and tracked from management meetings? Having the tools available to undertake the above will make your lives easier. We have software available which help you to do this. So in our survey at the end of this presentation, please let us know and we will contact you to discuss. With leadership being an integral part of the new standard, leaders need to establish unity of purpose and direction of the organisation. They should create and maintain the internal environment in which people can become fully involved in achieving the organisation's objectives and understand their part in maintaining a successful management system. Applying the principles of leadership ensures that people will be motivated to deliver the organisation's goals and objectives, that activities are aligned and implemented in a unified way, ensuring that miscommunication is minimised, and that the vision of the organisation is established and challenging goals and targets are set, and that all stakeholders are bought into this. It is important to point out that demonstrating leadership is up to each business, and more importantly, one size doesn't fit all. It could be regular meetings, it could be an internal communication of some sort. There are various ways, but the key thing is that you need to identify what is right for your business. The new standard will be more flexible so that it can be more relevant to your business. The complexity of your business will reflect in the complexity of your systems. This clause should all be good news for your organisation. You'll be able to demonstrate an understanding of the business environment and how this impacts on your organisation's strategy. You'll be more aware of the risk which could impact the effectiveness of your management system, and you'll be able to review your approach to process identification and management and ensure everyone is aware of their responsibilities. Finally, reviewing how you communicate internally and manage change will ensure increased staff engagement, as well as buy-in to the management system and organisation's objectives. So that is leadership within the new standard, and the previous slides highlight the importance attached to this clause. And one area that will really support your business is through the training we have available to you. It is therefore never too early to start looking at how training can benefit your business, and that is why BSI Training are offering customers a unique approach to transition course training. We have been researching customer needs through focus groups and through talking to our customers to identify what you require from us. As an output from our research, we have developed a range of one-day courses and deep dive workshops to meet the transition needs of our customers. Our one-day courses focus on the key requirements of the new standard in terms of understanding, implementing and auditing the changes. Each one-day course is structured to focus on either requirements, implementing the changes, or auditing the changes, therefore focusing on the core tasks faced by organisations. The Understanding course goes into depth on the new high-level structure approach to management system standards and then focuses on the specific changes. The Implementation course builds upon learning from the Understanding course and introduces gap analysis tools and techniques to aid implementation. The Auditing course is a transition for existing auditors to focus on assessing leadership and operational processes to help them to include the new requirements within their audit programs and plans. Our deep dive workshops have again been based on customer research and from feedback from the large number of customer events undertaken by BSI during 2014 and 2015. The workshops are half day each and focus upon specific areas of change to support organisations with their transition. Here we see the transition workshops for both ISO 9001 and ISO 14001. The process risk workshop spends half a day focusing on the risk approach now within ISO 9001 and more prevalent within ISO 14001. The workshop identifies risk management techniques for use in management systems and allows participants to become more aware of a risk management approach. Leadership auditing will be very new to many auditors, so we have prepared a specific workshop to upskill auditors in this very specialist approach. Here we see standard specific workshops focusing on key requirements of 9001 and 14001. ISO 9001 requires increased management of suppliers and outsourced services and products. So we have created this half-day workshop to give participants awareness of the principles and approaches to the requirements. We have also created a 14001 specific workshop for organisations to improve their knowledge of life cycle approaches to both products and to services they provide. We have and will continue to support you throughout the transition, ensuring that it is smooth and meets your individual business needs. And there are things which we are offering to you in order to make your transition as smooth as possible. Whilst it may be a little while before the revised standards are published, and 3 years seems like a long time to make the changes, we know from experience that businesses who don't begin the process until the second or third year into the transitions period typically struggle to have a smooth transition. From our perspective as a certification body, we are asking our customers to engage with us sooner rather than later, so that we can both help you plan but also manage the resource that we need to ensure that all our customers have a successful transition. This is particularly critical with both ISO 9001 and 14001 due to be published so close together. Since our roadshows last year, we've had a number of customers contact us for guidance on how to educate those in their businesses about the revisions. Another tool available for you right now is an internal comms pack. We've produced this pack to give support to you, our customers, and to act as a starting point for discussions. It includes a slide set for introducing the topic to your colleagues who may be directly involved in the transition process, and some suggested internal email copy to build awareness across your whole business. As I've already mentioned, for some organisations, senior management will need to take a more proactive role than they have done before. So to help you with this, we have produced a short, high-level briefing document which outlines the reason for the revisions and the part that they need to play. There are generic documents which have been created as a foundation for supporting your internal communications. Please tailor these to meet your own requirements and let us know if you come up with a really innovative way to involve your colleagues that we can share across our customer group. The final draft, FDIS, for both standards are due out in July, with ISO 14001 due on the 3rd of July and ISO 9001 due on the 8th of July. As a result of this, we have developed a unique package only available during the FDIS period, which will guide you through the transition. We'll help you to build your transition framework, pinpoint the work needed against the clauses and support you to get your business ready so you can be one of the first organisations to gain ISO 9001-2015 or ISO 14001-2015. This is a great opportunity to get a head start on the revisions, and that is why we are offering this support bundle, which would include an advanced access FDIS. This is a copy of the FDIS that you can use to start understanding how the new standards differ. And when the new standards are published in September, then you will get a free updated copy. BSI guarantee that our standards team have confirmed that there will be no technical changes to the clauses of the standards. The only changes will be editorial and grammatical changes. Therefore, you can start to prepare your transition now on the FDIS and not have to wait for the published standard. We will also offer FDIS training, which will also be a part of this bundle, and will be an FDIS introduction implementation training course that will drill down into the standards and show you what you need to do to start implementing. Again, we guarantee that if the standard substantially changes, you will receive a free top-up course against the new standard. If this is the case, it will be an online webinar. However, we can guarantee that there will be no substantial changes. We are also offering a gap analysis with a shelf life of 6 months until the 31st of December, so you can use it against the FDIS to help see how far you are away from certifying, and you can truly prepare ahead of the curve, or it can be used against a new standard when you feel that you have met the new requirements, so you can prove you're able to go ahead with your audit to the new standards. And we're also offering Action Manager as part of this bundle. You can get your organisation ready against the new framework and clauses by inputting Action Manager to help your teams track progress and have visibility of your transition against the old standard. You will get an Action Manager subscription for 1 year and 5 users and training within the package price. We understand that asking you to prepare your business with a draft standard is daunting. That's why BSI have issued you with the promise. If you want to take the early adoption route to transition against the FDIS, we can guarantee that there will be no risk to you having to do the work again once the standard is out. Let us help you stay ahead of the curve and your competition with our FDIS promise. Our next revisions webinar is planned in for the 29th of July, with further details shortly being available through our website. So today we have covered quite a lot. We have looked at Clause 5 and leadership and how this will impact on your business, as well as talking about training and the options that are available to you, as well as software and our FDIS bundle. All of this, plus previous webinars and future webinars, are intended to put you on the front foot when thinking about your transition, and of course, we are always available to talk to. We offer internal and external training, so please contact us to discuss what we can do for you. I would like to draw your attention to what you can be doing now, such as speaking to your client manager or visiting our website, where we are continually adding additional support and information for you. Finally, if you are not currently a client of BSI and are interested in transferring your certification, I would strongly suggest talking to us now in order to benefit from everything that will be available to you in the run-up to publication of the new standard.